Let's meet Dr. Gayathri Narsimhan with me today. What is your field of expertise?
I was a software engineer and a journalist by profession, and it was a girl with autism. She changed my journey altogether and for good. It was an accident. I questioned my own education of why I had to learn so many, but I still not able to teach a simple ninth grade subject. Looking back, I feel it was a huge mistake from my side because you need a qualification. A person needs to know what the basic, how to handle, what to do, what not to do. Also,
What has been most rewarding about this?
the success of my children. So every time I face a challenge, I don't try to fix it with just a guesswork or a trial and error method. No, never. So I always reached out to experts and learn, come back, and then start training my children. But then when my daughter was in 12th grade, she asked me one question. Mama, when I finish my 12th, I go to college, I start working. So that's how my career I'm going to build. Now, what is for children who are in special school, not in regular school? I found that there was a segment of children who are neither into the regular stream nor into the non-academic. So that gave me an idea. Yes, we can do something called skill development. Gayatri, have you gone seriously mad? Why are you putting so much of an effort? Just leave. So I want a system that has to be built in such a way, just having one school for many abilities. And let us not label any child based on all these. The children are there, let them learn, let them succeed. That's it.
Hi there, and thanks for tuning into SheSight Podcast. I'm Ruchi, and here we dive into real stories of women who are making an impact. SheSight is a platform that amplifies voices, shares journeys, and builds a strong community. Let's meet today's guest and hear their inspiring story. I have Dr. Gayathri Narsimhan with me today. Dr. Gayathri is the founder and director of Prakramika Vocational Institute, a pioneering institution that offers free, job oriented vocational training programs to neurodivergent individuals across India, the USA, UAE, and Oman. She is a top 50 finalist of the Global Teacher Prize, recognized at the United Nations for her contributions to inclusive education aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals. Her work has also been acknowledged by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi. She recently delivered a powerful TEDx talk on One School, Many Abilities, calling for real inclusion in classrooms and communities. Dr. Gayatri is also the author of several pioneering books in special education, including Unifying Pathways and INVAS, which have become guiding frameworks for inclusive teaching and vocational training. Under her leadership, PVI, her organization, has become a symbol of dignity, skill, and opportunity for individuals with disabilities. With that said, let's talk to Dr. Gayathri Narsimhan. That's a lot of in-depth work, Dr. Gayathri. Tell us, what is your field of expertise and how did you come to where you are today?
Thank you so much for inviting me to this platform, and thank you for that lovely intro. That was so encouraging. And now, coming to your question, it was an accident, I should say. I was a software engineer and a journalist by profession, and it was a girl with autism. She changed my journey altogether and for good. And I'm loving this journey, the life also. And it was an accident. I met her some 15 years back. So that was a turning point in my life. I had to teach her a simple ninth grade subject, just one subject. which I couldn't teach at all. And that was when I questioned my own education of why I had to uh, learn so many, but I still not able to teach a simple ninth grade subject. So
Mhm.
that gave me that question and thought provoking question. So I started thinking, then I started working. It was a lot of unlearning, relearning, relearning. Yeah, I did a lot of therapeutic based topics which would help me in my work with special needs. And then finally I did my doctorate too. And once I finished this journey, I started penning all those my expertise, my experiences, the challenges I went through. So everything I started penning, and then those small articles transformed into a couple
Mhm.
of books, and
Yeah.
which I thought I should leave it to the world.
Right. Absolutely. No, that's great. Tell me, do we need special certifications? I'm asking for other listeners who might be interested in your field. How should they start helping?
I would say that was the best question someone has ever asked me. And I'm so happy to share that because I started my journey as a volunteer in a special school. Yes, I was a volunteer, I agree, and I learned a lot. I learned my ABCD of special education in from that special school only. But now, seeing back, looking back, I feel it was a huge mistake from my side
Mhm.
because you need a qualification. A person needs to know what is what the basic, how to handle, what to do, what not to do. Also, they have to go through certain training programs before they even touch a child with special needs. So my journey, if you see, it started off from volunteer. Then I somehow I felt it was I felt it was not ethical from my side. So I went into learning. As I mentioned, I went into learning.
Mhm.
I did a lot of courses in inclusive education, how to handle children in the regular schools. I could do that successfully. As
Mhm.
I said, initially I could not even teach the ninth grade child, but after I got qualified, I saw my students excel in their subjects. I
Mhm.
have my children who have scored through 100 on 100 in their board exams in the 12th grade. So
Mhm.
every child, it was a success story only. That could happen because of the qualification. And
Mhm.
again, from there, I ventured into vocational training. Even
Mhm.
vocational, I did a lot of exploring ideas. I learned from many people. I learned not just one or two. I learned from many people. I visited many NGOs or vocational centers to get the best practices because everybody tries hard to do the best. I have
Yeah.
to agree.
Mhm.
So I learned the best practices across, and then I started teaching the children with for vocational training. So
Mhm.
it is, I feel it's that qualification, that learning, it's a mandatory for everyone.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Um, Tell us, Dr. Gayatri, this is so interesting. What has been most rewarding about this?
The success of my children,
Mhm.
that best reward I always get.
Mhm.
Many people ask me, how do you do it for free? Because our training programs, our teaching, everything is free. So
Mhm.
they say, how do we work so much, even without taking any monetary gain? We don't even take even donations or sponsors for the academic training too. But what I say is the best fees I can get is when my child gets an employment. My child is successful in the 10th grade or 12th grade. They go to college, they go to university. They learn at par with others. They are confident people. They come back and they say, Ma'am, I'm working. I've
Mhm.
done this, I'm working now. I'm also earning. So that moment is the best moment, priceless, I will say.
Yeah.
Um, Money cannot equate to this happiness or satisfaction.
Yeah. Absolutely. What are some of the challenges that you came across, um, and how did you overcome them?
I started, as I mentioned, I started off with an inclusive education. I started as a volunteer. From
Mhm.
there, I went back to India. I wanted to get qualified because
Mhm.
I felt it was not um, qualified to handle. I wasn't successful also at that time as a volunteer. So I thought there is something lacking, so I should go back, learn and come. So I came to
Mhm.
India. I did a lot of courses. I had so many mentors, excellent mentors who guided me, who shared their knowledge, and I'm because of them I'm so successful. I have to share my gratitude. So from there, I started off with inclusive education. So when I came to a school, I started working in a regular stream. When I had to teach the children, I found there was a sensory issues. So
Mhm.
yes, go back, learn about sensory. What is that sensory issue? How do I handle that sensory issue in my regular classroom? Come back. I
Mhm.
found they had some handwriting issues. So again, I went back to so experts who taught me how to teach with the proper handwriting, how to teach alphabets, the right way of doing it, the cursive, everything. So it was a course I learned. I came back. Again, behavior. I had behavioral challenges. So how do I handle behavior or how do I modify the behavior? That was a huge challenge for me. Again, I took a 1 year course in behavioral management, and it was a learning journey. So every time I face a challenge, I don't try to fix it with just a guesswork or a trial and error method. No, never. So I always reached out to experts and learn, come back, and then start training my children. So it was actually a holistic training I was giving. But then when my daughter was in 12th grade, she asked me one question. Mama, when I finish my 12th, I go to college, I start working. So that's how my career I'm going to build. Now, what is for children who are in special school, not in regular school, but children, especially in special schools?
Mhm.
That gave me a big question mark. So I just took a break from my work also. I went back to India. Almost 1.5 years. I had a proper visit to many NGOs. I learned from them what they are doing, how they are training, how all we can train them in the job. So
Mhm.
then came back, I started the vocational training. Honestly, I will say even now that vocational training is very, very dear to my heart. So
Mhm.
because I made a lot of entrepreneurs. So we used to teach them many vocations, including tailoring or printing or handmade gifts and or a chocolate making. So many vocations. There are thousands of vocations. I
Mhm.
have learned around 30 to 40 vocations, I would say.
Mhm.
So I started training my children, and based on their interest, I worked on their skills. And many are now entrepreneurs; they are having their own life. So
Mhm.
it was the vocation side. Then there was another challenge. I found that there was a segment of children who are neither into the regular stream nor into the non-academic. For
Mhm.
example, they could do till 12th, but they could not pursue their college because of the competition and
Mhm.
the difficult
Yeah.
level.
Mhm.
We could say they are totally non-academic, put them in the vocation side. So what for them was a very big question mark. That was the time my friend was telling, go and visit your corporate offices. You will see a lot of jobs where your students can fit in. Just go
Mhm.
visit. So that gave me an idea. Yes, we can do something called skill development. So we
Mhm.
started off in 2021 during the peak pandemic time. We started for the first lockdown time. We started with the front office management. Out of 16, no, 14 students, eight of them got job.
Mhm.
14 students, we trained them in front office online. It was completely online,
Mhm.
and eight of them got job. That was a huge encouragement for me. From that one course, we went on to five courses, then 1 year, now 2 years. We have around four 2 year programs and more than 30 short term courses where children can choose anything and they can learn according to the way they want. So
Mhm.
everything is customized for each and every child. So that is how we have built the curriculum. It was
Mhm.
a mammoth task, I won't deny it. But
Mhm.
yes, today when I see that gives a lot of comfort to the children, and children they love learning it, that gives us the satisfaction for all that work. But that journey was with a lot of challenges. Even when I started off with vocation to make children entrepreneurs, I had
Mhm.
my own colleagues telling, Gayathri, have you gone seriously mad? Why are you putting so much of an effort? Just leave. Let them come,
Mhm.
attend the class, and let them go. But I tell them it's not babysitting class. And we are
Mhm.
not authorized by God to waste their time. It has to be
Mhm.
a potential teaching. Yes, in that journey, I lost a lot of people. I don't deny it, but I gained a lot. That is
Mhm.
what makes me very, very happy.
Mhm. Of course. So, how can one get in touch with an organization such as yours? How can they, in any neighborhood or in any city in India or around the world, what should they look for? Should they look for similar organizations that are where they can volunteer first? How would you guide people who are interested in following your path?
Um, Thank you for asking that question. The first step is to learn. They have to learn first. They have to understand what do you mean by the challenges. I don't like to use the word disabilities, but
Mm-hmm.
those labels, what is autism, what is ADHD, like they should know what they are and how the behavior is, how they have to handle theoretically. And then work in the school based on their learning to gain the practical experience under someone,
Mm-hmm.
under the guidance of experts. So they need to learn um, with someone. I won't say even under, with someone where they gain the practical knowledge of what to do, how to do.
Mm-hmm.
Then gradually they can start becoming independent. Once they
Mm-hmm.
are independent, yes, they can start their own journey. They can have their own institution in their local area and start with small number. To
Mhm,
give my own example, I started just with one child, just
mhm,
one. Today, more thousands of children have been empowered, and it's a nice field. But the start was just one child. So
mhm,
gradually we widened. Even the skill development, I started with only one course, and
mhm.
that too only for 14 children. But now we have a lot of batches.
Right. One small step at a time. Of
Exactly.
course. What is your vision?
My vision, my dream, everything is one. I want to have two things in life. One, a school. The school has to cater to all type of learners. There should
Mhm,
never be something called regular school or a mainstream education and a special school.
mhm,
And even in the regular stream, I see children being segregated. That
mhm,
should not happen. Whatever they want, they should take up, they should learn. So I want a system that has to be built in such a way we have just one school for all learners. So that was what my third book also speaks, the unifying pathways, where
mhm,
and even my TEDx speech was on that, where we insist on just having one school for many abilities. Otherwise, what happens is the regular school, you have lots. Every street, you have a regular school. But when it comes to a special school, maybe one in an area, and the child needs to travel a long way to reach the special school. So, what
mhm,
happens in one school, it is not the same in another school. There is no uniformity also, unlike the mainstream education.
mhm,
So, because of this, the children suffer a lot. So, my
mhm,
dream is it should be just one school and all children should come together, they should learn together. People may say it is not possible. I will say it is 100% possible with efforts. And we are there to share our knowledge, expertise. We are there to help them if the schools are willing.
mhm,
And the second, my vision is to have a college exclusively for special needs. It can be I can say it is an exclusion also. It's okay, but because we have for the neurotypical, we have a lot of engineering college, medical college. There's so many colleges across the world. But
mhm,
is there any college that is there for special needs
mhm,
where they can go choose what they want?
mhm,
No, it's not there at all in the world. It's not there. Now, I want a college. That is what we are building in PBI. If you see in PBI, that is why we have 4 2-year programs. They can choose anything. They can do whatever they want. And it is
mhm,
all customized for them. It is all the special needs friendly.
mhm,
So, we have more than 30 courses, and every year we are adding courses. So, one day I want a physical structure where the children can come in, they choose a vocation or they choose skill development or whichever vocation they want. They choose it and they learn how they want. It should be friendly for them,
Mhm.
approachable. That is my dream, my vision, and not just in India. I want in every country because the children already have a label like autism, ADHD, dyslexic. They all have lot of labels. I don't want one more label of a country or a religion. I'm against it. So, and let us not label any child based on all these. The children are there, let them learn, let them succeed. That's it.
Just one last question, Dr. Gayatri, that I'd like to ask you. What is a typical day like for you? Like from morning till evening? What are the kind of activities that typically take up your day? And what is your most favorite part of your day?
My favorite part of the day is my garden.
Mm-hmm.
My day starts very early morning because I get up almost at 2:30 or 3 a.m. I get up.
Wow.
So that early I get up. I don't sleep after that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I sleep early also. So it's very difficult to see me around after 10 o'clock in the night. So I get up
Mm-hmm.
at 2:30. I'm awake and I because I have my first class for my US batch at 4:30. So
Mm-hmm.
4:30 I have, so I have to get prepared for that mentally, my class wise, everything. I have to be ready. So I get up at 2:30. But after the first class, my US class, my next job is to go around my garden to say hi to all my plants. So that's my favorite moment. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
meditation. I just enjoy that moment being with my plants, the flowers, the fruits. So I have a
Mm-hmm.
huge so I go, I have to touch every plant. That's my favorite. And after that, um, the one main thing I do is I keep my profession separately, my family separate. So I don't compromise either.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm with my family, my mobile will be with them.
Mm-hmm.
It shows that I am dedicated totally to them. So I don't take any calls nor answer any messages
Mm-hmm.
officially. At the same time, when I have my class
Mm-hmm.
and with my children, my students, I keep my mobile off. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm dedicated to them totally. So I prefer that moment, be
Mm-hmm.
totally present.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm cooking, it's only cooking because for me, I have to do all my household work. There is no compromise.
Mm-hmm.
So I be with my daughter. I take her to college. I drive. It's like half an hour drive. So we
Mm-hmm.
enjoy. We enjoy together, and I'm totally with her. And
Mm-hmm.
when I'm in class, again, it's totally dedicated to my students. So in
Mm-hmm.
that, I don't compromise on my family or my work also. And
That's
another important
awesome.
is I don't waste my time
Mm-hmm.
with simple just browsing or I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's work or if I have my free time, I start penning down my thoughts for my next book. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how it goes. So my
Yeah.
whole day, it's packed like that. It's between family and work.
That's most wonderful. We've had so much learning from you. Before we close this podcast today, I wanted to ask you, what's your message to the world?
One request I have to the entire world. There are people, okay, I'm not talking about neurodivergent or neurotypical. I don't tell anyone. I don't say children or adults. Everybody goes through their own challenges. Let us just see other person with empathy and just let us give a helping hand. The world will definitely be a better place to live, for sure. So this is my one request because each one is battling their own life, their own challenges, every house, every family. The least we can do is to give an encouraging word and a helping hand, if possible. If
Mhm.
not, at least we can stay away, not
Mhm.
troubling. So this is one request I have because not just the neurodivergent, I see even neurotypical children, they go through so many challenges. Even parents, they have their own battles and challenges.
Mhm.
So this is one message and one request I have because the world is already battling a lot of natural disasters and so many other things. Let
Mhm.
us at least be affectionate, show love to each other.
Mhm. That's a very sweet and very meaningful, very appropriate message. Thank you so much, Dr. Gayatri, for talking with us. SheSight is very, very thankful. All right.
Sure. And
Thank you
thank
so
you so
much.
much for inviting me. It was really wonderful talking to you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Before you move on to the next video, I have a request to make. If you like this video and this podcast, if you gained some valuable information out of this video, I would request you to click on the subscribe button as well as follow us on our social media pages. The links are given in our description. Also, do sign up to our website, www.shesightmag.com. We have amazing women stories as well as various women initiatives that are getting launched in the coming months. I'll see you there.